Hey guys, welcome back to Kumasawa Reviews. This is one I've been wanting to review a while as it's really a fantastic piece. It is by Mosho. It is a metal build Gundam from 00. It's the Quanta, but it's third party, so this is called the MS-00Q. So giving you guys a roundabout here. And again, this is a metal build Gundam, so it has the die-cast frame like the officials do, which are in the back. Those are all Bandai products back there. And if the stylization looks familiar with you, or to you, this is actually a, I guess pretty much one-to-one stylization of the Master Grade 1100, and I have that downstairs. Don't really want to dig that out, put it back together, this and that, but yeah, I've owned that, and it looks pretty dead on, but with more detail in and things like that. Now, height-wise, it is just under 7 inches tall. We'll call it 6 3/4. It comes with, of course, Quanta, as well as a drone, sparring bot, whatever you want to call it. The way that these two were configured, if you look back here, it comes with 2 boxes. I got one on each side or whatever. But it was a mix match between the parts. So all of these are compatible. Like, you could take his arms off, put them on the drone bot, vice versa. Those hands are actually spare hands from Quanta himself. They did this, they packaged a mismatch, like, so this one had the Quanta head, this one had the drone head, this one had the Quanta arms, and vice versa. I read that it's to keep out of copyright laws and things like that, making it just different enough in package to be sellable, but then the person can just put them together themselves. But it's not like Gunpla or anything like that. You just pull the arms off, put them on. Really simple stuff. So what's cool about this, though, since it does have the ability to hold like the hands, the arms, things like that, as well as an area for the backpack back here, not only is it posable, doesn't have waist swivel there, but it's also a really good weapons rack too. So you can see he has his GN shield over here. He comes with an additional sword with a drive on the backpack instead of in the shield like that, but you just go ahead and if I can do this right, really got to watch the pegs that are inside of here to make sure you don't break those off. But you can use him actually to store the backpack as well. So there's definitely a lot of use to him other than looking neat. Alright, and giving you a side-by-side with the 3 molds that Bandai's produced so far for the 00 Metal Build series. There's the Exia Avalanche, and the 007 swords, or 007 sword. But yeah, he fits in well in terms of design style, the decoing with the tampos and stuff like that are on, as well as the coloring and stuff like that too. So the blues are a good match amongst the group, and overall it just looks well amongst them. Alright, just giving you guys that standard. Top to bottom, bottom to top. After this, we'll take a break, look at the accessories real quick. Also giving you guys a roundabout of the unnamed robot. Alright, and this is a pretty straightforward piece, even though it comes with a lot of stuff. So you see it has the GN shield. It has that open-in piece there to reveal that GN drive. That's there, just like the show. And what's cool about this, the way the backpack works, you've got that metal piece there. You can swing this around. So both on this and the other backpack, they're variable. So you can swing this around. It's got a couple of links there. And you can use it as a backpack as well if you want. Alright, you could have that either closed or open. Now all of these GN bits, they're removable. They actually go ahead and combine with the sword to form that larger sword, rifle, whatever you want to use it as. Now, what I like about this versus the legit, I guess, metal build toys is that instead of using the just tab-in piece on the side skirt there, it actually has a clear option piece that the sword pegs into. So my only problem is the piece doesn't stay on the best. It clips on pretty well, but it seems to come off at random. I don't even know what really triggers that or whatever, but what it does, it just does. So there's that. Looking at the poseability here. So the head actually has a side-to-side neck swivel. That's not one I normally see. It doesn't have back and forth though, but the head itself, good range of motion there. The shoulder pads, just like the legit metal builds, are movable. Now, one thing that needs to be touched on, the joints on this thing are literally 3 times or 4 times tighter than the legit metal builds. There was somebody on Robot Japan, I wish I remembered who, and we're just going to get that out of the way, who told me something about the way that the joints are designed. They did something with like the interior of the joints. I guess there's plastic on the inside or something like that to make the die cast not rub together and loosen up as much. But it is incredible. Like, it literally, and it's not to insult metal build toys. They're some of my favorite toys that I own, but this makes those look like knockoffs. And it's crazy because I just had that Neo Art Toys Leonidas that really just murders the legit in terms of quality and stuff like that. And it's weird. These KO quote unquote companies are doing the damn thing now. So yeah, and this really isn't a KO. It's a new toy, but yeah. So, and you can see the chest has some inside-outside flex there. 2 points of ab articulation there. So you've got this, which has crunch, as well as this piece here, which has crunch. So that's pretty cool. The skirts have playability here. There's some wiggle room with this piece here. The back as well. Take a look. And that's just so tight. It's so good. Particularly in the ankles and stuff like that. It's just, you have to see it in hand. And I've got that Metal Saga Tourist Babel. I don't really know how it's pronounced, but that's coming here soon. And look at that. Okay, so, alright, these pieces here. Big double jointed knee. Ankle swivel. Ankle tilt. It's really blatant because it's that big axis right there. But overall, just good darn stuff. What? Get this back to form so we can give you guys another view. Alright, so there's that. That was pretty quick, so I'm actually going to go ahead and toss on this guy. And he basically, geez. The visor is removable. It just pegs in and out. So if you want a different look there. Shoulders. Biceps. Arms. Kind of a throwaway piece, but like I said, a really good accessory stand too. He's even got good ankle tilt and stuff like that, but pretty basic figure. I guess a step above basic, but it's neat. It's different, and you know, if that's how they had to get it packaged to avoid legal issues and stuff like that, good on them. But it's also a nice little bot in its own. Alright, now we're starting to look at gimmicks and accessories. So on his backside here, you can go ahead and take this backpack off. You see a switch, goes up and down. And this is probably some of the best LED work I've seen in a figure, period. Let me get some of these lights off so you can see just how bright this thing is. But it's hard to look at it so bright. Let's turn those details off. Yeah, you could use it as a flashlight. It's crazy. Alright, sorry if this is jarring, getting these lights back on, but here you go. Alright, and there you have the LED gimmick. And one thing that I wish was a bit different, the switch itself is just really not very long, and it presses inwards too, so you'll think you have like a grasp on it, and you don't. So it's really hard to slide up and down, but you have fingernails, you can get in there. It's not too bad, but could be a little bit easier. Alright, and just taking a look at some of his weapons here. So we will actually get these hands switched out. They are just like the regular metal builds, the way that they peg in and out. Alright, so he's got this big sword here. It extends. So we'll take it out, we'll take a look at this. Alright, and all of these daggers with the GN blades on them, they come out as well. So if you want to use those as separate weapons and whatnot, you definitely can. But let's take a look, see what we got. Alright, now this one doesn't fit the best. And it also doesn't have a, whatchamacallit, a clip or a peg that pegs into his forearm, like the main sword, so I don't really know. Like, he can hold it, it seems, but just not the best. I will go ahead and try this hand as well. This one actually has a trigger finger on it, but yeah, and I can also tell there, it just doesn't seem to grip in general the best. And that's actually reminiscent of the legit ones, because some of them don't really hold their weapons too great. But his GN sword, or rifle, however you want to make use of it, holds well because of this clip right here. And you can angle it multiple ways, you can turn it, and just like the show, it becomes a blaster as well. So that's pretty cool. And for anyone wondering, his arms are more than strong enough to hold this guy. I just wish he held that big sword better. There's that. Alright. For accuracy's sake, these GN bits actually do combine with his GN sword, rifle. Again, it's a variable piece to form that much bigger sword or rifle. Alright, and you just slide these pieces down as well. I'll actually zoom out some. This sword is huge too. I love it. I truly do love it. But overall, this is just well engineered, well made. I dig it. Alright, and let's actually try an Obari. Let's see if we can at least emulate that. You know what, that's going to be hard with the hands, but we'll see what we can do. And sorry for anybody who's looking at this like, why is he wasting his time doing this? Honestly, when I do these reviews, this is some of the most actual playtime that I actually get with these products. And nah, it's not happening, which is unfortunate, but it was nice. It was nice to try. But yeah, you know, after this, I kind of shelve them. And just because they are, you know, high-end pieces and stuff like that, I don't really do too much else with them. And there's that. Alright, and the last thing we're going to show off is the stand. It works just like the regular metal build stands. You have an adjustment here, an adjustment piece here where you can go up and down, lock it there, as well as, of course, the main slant here. And that's the lock for that. So, kind of get this back in order. Alright. And I'm just making sure everything's in play there. And basically, it's kind of going on the fly here. Comes with a variety of attachment pieces for them, but I just like this one the best. It's not inhibitive of the figure itself. It holds really well. It's good. And here's the stand for those GN bits. So maybe should have set that up first. Alright, move the camera out some. And there you go. Let's actually see if we can turn off one of these lights and give you guys a better view of the LEDs. Raise the camera up a little bit more here. I know this probably comes off kind of anal, but I want to give you guys the best view. We'll get the mini bot in play here too. Alright. It's a good look. It's a great looking toy. Awesome piece. We'll get the lights back on there. Sorry again if that's jarring the brightness of the lights coming back on. But again, this has been Mosho, their MS-00Q, their iteration of Metal Build Quanta. Now for those of you wondering, there is an official version coming out sometime next year. I have it on pre-order. It's either February or May. I know I ordered a fixed figuration metal composite wing Gundam as well as this. One's in like February, one's in May, but one of those dates next year. But anyway, check out the full Rendon Pictorial review on kumastyle.com. As for this, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.